Moskovitz. I was born in Kharkov, Venezuela, and I came with my wife in 1990 to Kharkov.
My name is Miriam Moskovitz. I'm from Sydney, Australia. And as my husband said, we came here together in 1990 with our little son, Mendel Moskovitz, to what was then the Soviet Union. Now we're living in Ukraine. At that time when we arrived, it was a very, very different Kharkov than it is now. We didn't know the language, we didn't speak Russian. Both of us, speaking English, my husband speaking Spanish. We learned on the spot. And as soon as we arrived, the synagogue was returned to the Jewish community. It was for 70 years closed as a sports complex and finally given back to the Jews, so that's where...
When we arrived in Kharkov, and the synagogue was just open, so all the Jews in the city, they're very anxious to see what is Judaism all about, what is the Jewish community. They grew up without schools, without Jewish schools, without the possibility to be able to be an open Jew. And little by little, with a lot of love and patience, we were able to open a gigantic community which gives possibility to every single Jew in the city to come back to the Judaism.
In the time that we've been here, we've been able to open up a Jewish kindergarten where we have over 80 children every day coming, in addition to just learning and playing. They also enjoy a Jewish education in a fun way at home without any Jewish background, and here coming to school they get to know more about what it is to be Jewish. Our school has over 400 kids. It's a Jewish day school. We have also a dormitory for kids from out of town or from children who have not very good home situation. And through our schools, through our kindergartens, and through now we have a summer camp. We have over 100 boys and 100 girls in an overnight camp, enjoying being Jewish and learning more about their background, learning more how to be proud of who they are. So we find being here in Kharkov a great opportunity to be able to let the Jewish community, who for 70 years of communism was unable to be proud of their Judaism, definitely not able to practice their Judaism, to be able to revive this community.
Our school, which is one of the main things that we have in our community, is come Jewish kids from all over the city, and they learn very high. The Judaism is very strong, science, maths, and all kinds of subjects that they have. We heard very much about your school in Florida, the Hillel school, and we always tell the children over here that just like they go to the Jewish school over here, there's Jewish kids all over the world, and they try to go to Jewish schools to get Jewish education. And when they know that there are kids all over the world like they are, they go to camps and they go to Jewish schools, that gives them a certain kind of feeling of the unity of the Jewish nation.
This is the synagogue that was returned to the Jewish community in exactly 25 years ago, in August 1990, when we arrived. And we arrived just before Rosh Hashanah. And the shul had over 3,000 people who came to see what would be the New Year's, the Jewish New Year's, after 70 years of being unable to not even dream about walking into a synagogue. And the first Rosh Hashanah was from every single person in the shul. It was probably the first time they'd ever seen the blowing of the shofar. And every year on Rosh Hashanah, the shul is packed because people understand now that being Jewish is something that they have to do to identify with, and they feel a sense of unity. Besides Rosh Hashanah, there's plenty of festivals where the Jewish community gets here together. Very, very well known is Purim. We celebrate Purim in the circus with over 2,000 people. We rent the entire circus. We have Jewish reading of the Megillah. Every single person, 2,000 people get Mishloach Manot. And just on Purim alone, it's time for the Jewish community to get together, to celebrate with pride and be happy with who they are.
A year ago started the war between Russia and Ukraine, Russia came in and took over the Crimea and the cities of Donetsk and Lugansk. Kharkov is a city which is next to Russia. Our home is 40 kilometers to the border of Russia. People here are very worried. We have a lot of Jewish people that came from the cities of Donetsk and Lugansk, and we have to help them with food, with homes where to live. We take them into our school, the little children to the kindergarten. We try to help them, to give them a warm home. The people who are in Kharkov, they're very worried. A lot of people are leaving to Israel, which is very good, but there's still a lot of people that they cannot go. They cannot make that decision, maybe because they have old parents, maybe because they still feel they want to stay in the Ukraine for a little bit more time. It's our responsibility to try to help these people and to try to calm the people down. All the people who work, the students in universities, the people in school, everybody is very tense and very nervous. I, with my wife and I, as a rabbi and Rabbi in the city, we try to calm them down, to give them hope, and to help them in whichever way in the future they want to continue living. It's a time when all the communities all over the world have to try to give support to each other, moral support, any kind of support, that the people here, they should feel that they're not alone. The worst thing is when Jewish people, they feel that nobody cares about them, that they're very alone. That's why we really appreciate the Hillel school, the fact that your school called us up and show interest in our school, in our kids. That is already a beautiful thing, and we want to unite our city, our school with your school, and try to make one happy Jewish family and Jewish community. I hope that each one of you will have a sweet and happy year. Please, when you do your prayers this year, when you're going to hear the shofar in the synagogue, please pray also for the Jews who are in the Ukraine, the Jewish people who are they have not yet settled, and may God give each one of us a happy and sweet year. Thank you very much.